Hello again, Andy with Handy Andy Handyman, Handy Andy On Demand, and welcome back to a project walkthrough. And we are down in Sandy Springs today, taking a look at a property for one of our clients here. And it's frustrating for everybody because it's hard to get us, it's hard to get anybody decent anymore, and it's hard to get people to do things the right way. When you're looking at this window over here, this has been repaired before, and it's hard to see it in the sun, but there's right in here, if you look closely at home on the video, you're going to see a line right there, and the customer repaired that once before. And every time you have a piece of trim wood, you can replace it with wood, but you need to back prime and seal all 6 faces of that wood. And because they didn't, and the gutter's been leaking a little bit above them, it's re-rotted those pieces right there. And you can see the plates that they have here. We call them window box plates underneath the windows. It's just a fancier dress up for that. Both of those are rotted out, so we'll rebuild them with wood. And the funny thing is most contractors can't make that stuff. My guys we got 3 master carpenters on staff. We'll make the wood here on site. COVID really hasn't changed that for us. It's just increased the price a little bit for materials, but most of the stuff on this particular house, the window noses that are out in this house, you can't buy them at Home Depot or Lowe's. You actually have to make them, and so we make them. And you'll see what happens when you use the store-bought ones. The guys will we'll go ahead and repaint this facing of siding right here above the garage. The pieces down here, we'll just caulk them and touch them up. They're not rotted. This inside corner, whenever you see this black line, it's costing you money. And it kills me because all the painters that have painted this house have never caulked this. See that black line all the way up through? Every time it rains, water goes right in. The water's splashing from these gutters up here. You can see the streaking across the front of them if I back up a little bit. And that's just a sure sign that it's rotted out. Fortunately, we do all this stuff. It's just hard to find contractors that'll do the little stuff and do it well, which we do. When you look at this window on the right side, it's gonna be hard to see it a little bit. See the blackness in that nose right here? Right through here, this area. If you get up on a ladder with those wrinkles, you can just push your finger right through it, and we'll show you what that looks like on the other side. To the right of that window is a piece of brick mold. You see a line in it? Someone repaired it a couple of years ago, and they made a horizontal cut. It's already starting to rot, so we'll replace that. Usually when we're doing a project like this for customers, if we have to rework stuff that other people did, we try to do it at no cost. Just because it's aggravating enough to pay for it once, you hate to do it twice. Some of these windows, these are single pane windows. I'm probably the only contractor that'll come out here and tell you not to replace them, just like we did this customer. We can spot glaze that window, and you'll be good as good can go. The challenge with replacing windows is if you make this building envelope too tight, you're gonna have issues with mold and mildew inside the house. If you look at the brick front on this house, there's no weep holes on this house. So any moisture behind the brick is staying in the house. So we always talk people out of it. This is a piece of window nose right here. See the rot in there? And it's hard to see in the video, but that piece is store-bought. You can see the finger joints in it. We won't use that material, but it's actually because it was store-bought, they couldn't fit it properly to the window, so it's tilted towards the window. So all the water's draining against the sill of the window instead of draining towards the front of the brick. So our carpenters will fix that. But that's the problem with guys using store-bought materials. It works on some houses, it just won't work on this house. On the right side, it's gonna be hard to get up in here. She's got masonite siding, which is basically cardboard. But if you take care of it, it's gonna be great. On most of her house, as you get up above this holly on the right side, see how the shadow, the black lines underneath the siding is uniform? The flexing in the siding is the framing, so that bowing is not the siding. Although unscrupulous contractors will tell you, oh my God, it's masonite siding, it's bowed and defective, no, you don't need to replace it. But up under here, because it doesn't get a lot of sun on this side of the house, you can see some of the rot in the bottom edge. You can actually put your finger through it. And so she's got about 12 rows over here that is like this. See this edge right here? I can actually put my finger all the way through it. And it's just because it stays shady over here, so when it gets wet, and because they spray painted the house, they never painted the bottom edge of the siding. Here against the chimney, same thing. They never caulked that joint right there in that inside corner. The nose above here and this window on the right is rotted, so we can replace that as well. And the last guys that worked on the house fixed her window sash. I don't know if you can see it real well, but the bottom left corner of that sash, right in this corner right here, is puttied over and it's starting to rot out again, so we actually need to repair it. The rest of the left side is good. When we get on the back, you'll be able to see a closer look on why we say look for the wrinkles in your trim, because once you have that, you know it's rotted. All caulk is going to fail. We talk customers out of maintenance-free wood all the time, and People want to use PVC and different types of materials. This deck is like platinum. This is old growth wood. Some of it, unfortunately, didn't stay up on their staining. So if you'll rotate every other year, do your deck, and then the other year, do your railings. This is borer bee damage. Borer bees love fresh wood or dried out wood. So if you keep it stained every other year, it'll be great. But this is old growth wood. So even if they wanted me to replace this, I would try to talk them out of it. And if they insist on new wood, I'll pull all this stuff up and save what I can. A lot of times we can turn the boards over and nail them back down again. So where they're split like here, my guys may try to do that. There's one step right here that's split pretty bad. And there's 3 up here that we replace. See, like this one right here, she's got little kids. So we can piece it in, pressure wash it, restain it. Against the back of the house, the bottom 2 rows of siding are rotted right here. The gutters haven't been cleaned in a long time. You can see the gutter pulling away from the house up here. See where it's bowed? And all that water's been dropping down here. And you just connect the dots. Because the painters, it kills me what painters do. See these windows? They've never been caulked and sealed. And now I can push my finger right through. See the wrinkling? This is rotted right here. This one's still good, but barely. See the line? So just look for the black on your house and take care of it before it gets expensive. This one's totally rotted out. We are the only company in Metro Atlanta that I know of that will make those pieces, hand cut, on site, and install. When you get handyman to do work, this is what they do. Here's a nose that was repaired a couple of years ago. See the joint? See the joint here? This is a clown that didn't know what he was doing, and so he did 3 pieces instead of one continuous piece all the way around. Again, if you look in the video, see the wrinkling right here? That's what you're looking for in your house. Over here, all caulk is going to fail, including ours. That's why we don't use maintenance-free materials. Just don't do it. Trim is sacrificial, so you want it to rot to let you know, hey, Mr. Andy, you need to come fix this before it becomes expensive. That right brick molding on the right side right here, this piece of trim above the nose. So this is brick mold, this is nose. That brick mold is rotted. On the center panel, this corner board right here is rotted. You put your finger through it. The base cap all the way around at the bottom right here, we'll go ahead and replace it on all 3 sides. It's rotted through. And again, it wouldn't have rotted through if they had back primed and sealed all 6 faces. They only paint what you see. The right side frame of this window is rotted right here. You can see that right there. And then again, look for the wrinkling on the nose. See that wrinkle? If you were here right now, you could put your whole hand right through that piece of nose. And it's really because the gutters aren't clean. She's got 3 pieces of rotted siding right here to the left of the door, and 2 pieces on that side over there. The right side frame at the entry door is rotted out, and all of this is because the water's splashing off this gutter. When we add the pressure treated plate through here, all the way around the deck, it'll keep any water from getting in there against the bottom edge of the siding, rotting it out, or getting to the sill plate on the house. And then this stuff over here just drives me crazy. Here's someone who tried to repair this nose, and it's hard to find the joint in the camera right there. And so it's starting to rot there again. We'll just caulk it for now. We hate to have people go the expense if they don't need to. We have a pretty cool opportunity for select homeowners right now where if you are thinking about selling your house, we can come in. If you are listing with Coldwell Banker, we are able to come in, do the repairs, do the inspection repairs, do carpet, paint improvements, whatever we need to do to maximize your resale price, and you can pay for it at closing. Pretty cool opportunity that we've been able to do in partnership with Home Advisor and Coldwell Banker. So ask us about that if you're thinking about selling your house. Unfortunately, we can only offer that through Coldwell Banker right now, but we work with every real estate company in Atlanta. We got lots of good agents that we can refer you to that we work with. This company does everything from small repairs to major renovations, painting. We hand paint this house. If they're going to sell the house, we could repaint the whole house. We'll give them a price for that. So we're more in the relationship business is kind of what we do. You can reach us in the office at 770-912-2829. Sometimes you can catch me, Andy, at 770-265-9017. I'm Andy. See you at the next house. Bye for now.